And we're live, I think. Welcome. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Hello.
Judd,
Happy New Year!
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Today felt like a Monday the whole day.
The first Monday of the year, right? But just it isn't. Well, not for
Did
me
you
because
have-
I'm on holidays.
I was about to say, Judd, did you have to work today?
I did, and it felt like a Monday the whole day. Like,
You unfortunate soul.
yeah, I should have taken it off, but I do all these first of the month projects that I just couldn't put off another day. So,
Gotta do what you gotta do.
yep. And I was telling them before we started, I got my copy of Nebulith in the mail, and then as soon as I brought it in, I could hear police cars in the background. I'm like, oh no, they've caught me.
Ah,
It's a good thing
Obviously-
I know a good Lamentations of the Flame Princess lawyer.
well, obviously, they've been watching our most recent game sessions.
Oh, well, if they have, then
Yeah.
they know they have
These
nothing
people
to
are
fear.
clearly dangerous psychos.
Yeah, they know that we have
Potential
nothing to
potential
fear.
social malcontents.
Yeah, you guys are probably on the list.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Sylvia's not because she's playing a cop. And she's like, guys, stop it. Which, as we all know, in American police terms, is called tacit refusal and is all that is really necessary when shooting starts.
Not me. Not me.
Yeah.
Your icon this evening, Judd, looks like something from a Perturbator video.
Yeah, that's my Chalt PC. And,
Oh, sweet.
so I'm taking him out for a spin.
So have you seen that? That's what I'm talking about. They Perturbator put out a video on YouTube called "The Art of War." It's all painted porcelain like war figurines and stuff. It's weird, but they kind of look like that, where they're painted with all these elaborate little images, but underneath it all, it's all porcelain white.
Yeah, he's supposed to be a ceramic droid or a ceramic plated droid. So,
oh, nice.
AI did a pretty good job with it because I wasn't going to pay a human artist to make a token.
Well, you
How
bastard!
dare you?
You are killing all the artists now.
You know, one of my buddies is an artist, and he will make me stuff for nothing. And so, you know. I was like,
him.
yeah, I was like, how do you feel about it? And he's like, well, it's not my day job. So, yeah, if it was, I might feel worse about it. But then, I'd also be using it. I'd train an AI on my style and be using it to do all the scut work. I mean, we forget that like Renoir and all the old Dutch masters had a team of 15, a Renaissance equivalent of interns, doing all the scut work for them so that they could be the great artistes.
Well, classic example of that in the recent era. They called the guy the painter of light.
Oh, Tom Hildebrandt?
No, he was not a fantasy artist. Let's see. I'm trying to remember.
Tom Hildebrandt isn't a fantasy artist. He just does all those landscapes and pictures of houses out in the country.
Thomas Kincaid was the one I was thinking of.
Ah.
Yeah. And that's what he did. He apparently had like 50 guys who worked under him making all these various paintings. So this is not new, folks. Automation has always been part of the game, whether you're talking about music, whether you're talking about art, even writing, dare I say it. Shall we talk about ghost writers?
No.
Yeah.
Bill Ayers never wrote a book for a president. Damn you. Also, are we transitioning through dimensions? I'm hearing some sort of.
What you guys are hearing is a Christmas present. I got a sequential take 5, which is a analog synthesizer. It's ridiculously expensive and incredibly cool.
And you're going to use it to play popcorn.
Probably. Right now I got it playing something. No, actually, I got it in part. Number one, I actually have developed a love for analog synthesis, but also you can make really cool gaming music, like background music with this stuff. Like what I've got right now could be great for like a really creepy, like wretched space campaign. Because you do what you do. I mean, listen to this. It's like something out of Forbidden Planet.
So, what was everybody's New Year? Oh, we stayed at home. Not much.
As always. But we were awake at midnight.
Yes, we did.
I didn't go anywhere. I didn't even go to the areas where you could see the downtown drone show, so that no two Atlantans had to be next to each other for fear of the guns coming out. Apparently,
somebody made a very good point that if you if you don't do the public celebrations you've been used to, because you're concerned about violence, particularly from certain elements, your society is no longer civilized.
Yeah, you live in a heck hole.
Well,
people misunderstand what civilization is. Civilization hurts people so that they don't have to put up with them. So it's like, all the Somalis are creating problems. You put them on a boat, you send them out in the ocean. If it makes it home, fine. If it doesn't, you don't care. That's civilization. Civilization isn't about being a wimp.
Mine is.
Oh,
but
no.
I don't miss New Year celebrations. Those are the ones they could take away. I hate New Year celebrations.
I don't mind.
I always fucking hated them.
I can avoid them. Stay at home.
Why do you want to spend the New Year's Eve in the streets, surrounded by people and artifice fire and whatever, and colds?
I prefer to get drunk at home.
Yeah, the New York ball drop thing, I really don't get, because you have to be there hours ahead of time. There are no bathrooms around. It's like, it sounds miserable, but there's a nth degree chance you might be on television along with a very drunk Kathy Griffin.
Gifford?
Yeah,
Gifford.
Yeah, no, Gifford would be funnier, because Kathy Lee Gifford would be fun drunk. But she would. Apparently, she doesn't do it anymore. Like it's just because Anderson Cooper was sick of her crap the last couple of times, and now he just does it with his husband. and it's weird because at that point, 5 balls drop. Like, which one are you supposed to be paying attention?
Which just gets back to my theme of fags ruin everything.
Oh,
but anyway,
man. What a horrible thing. I like to think that straight people make everything good. Exactly. I like to see the other side of it.
You like to state the positive case.
Yeah.
Well, just don't ask Google, because Google will lecture you.
Yeah, well, you knew that was going to happen, and it wasn't even their lecture. That was what was funny, is it was the lecture from Wikipedia. Like, literally, there's nothing that the Google AI does except look it up in Wikipedia for you. It might as well just if you wanted to, you could do the I Googled that for you site for anything, and then it would make a little video where it clicks on Google, and then Google comes up, and then it goes to Wikipedia, and we could just keep adding layers, because Wikipedia.
I don't know that you don't know that Wikipedia would even be what it is without Google having relied on them so heavily.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Google Gemini is a useless piece of crap, because Google does not actually know how to do anything. They're terrified of losing search dominance, because I don't even use Google anymore. I go to Grok.
Yeah.
I just go I have Super Grok, so I just go to Super Grok, and it's like, Super Grok, can you tell me about X? And I get like 20 pages of stuff, and it isn't all from Wikipedia.
The 3 things that they've done that I enjoy, one of them still around, YouTube, although it's problematic. Then there was Google Plus, which they got rid of after I think it was the security thing that spooked them, and then they were going to do Google Wire, and that sounded like it had promise, but then they didn't do it. And I think elements of it kind of bled into Discord and other things, but it sounded like it was going to be a better way of doing what social media does. But
Well, now here's the joke. YouTube isn't really theirs. They bought it.
right.
So if you think about it, everything you've named is something they either started but couldn't finish,
Yeah.
didn't
Or
even
something they
start,
acquired. Yeah.
or something they bought. And that's Alphabet for you.
Well, they're geniuses. They famously only hire geniuses and apparently useless tech gals that they have to lay off, and then they post on Instagram about their being laid off for 2.5 weeks. The time it takes for another useless make work job to be provided. Here,
Pretty much.
You can be lead marketer for celebrity tie-ins for our major corporation. What do I do? We don't know. We really don't know. We were hoping you knew. No offense, Miguel. I know that you've spent a lot of time doing that.
Next week we have Venger.
Virtual VengerCon starts up, and
yay!
I'm very curious to see what Pundit's role in it is. He's the guest of honor, but he's not going to run an online game, because he says he hates that. Is he? I wonder what his contribution to this is going to be. Maybe he'll get interviewed.
I was about to say, run a freaking game already. Coming to the modern age.
I'm going to be honest with you. He's not tech savvy.
But I think he plays online, right? Because he doesn't have a lot of people.
But Bill the Elf, I gather Bill the Elf kind of manages that for him, and he just has to show up. So maybe Venger would do that. Except Venger also is not very tech savvy. So he makes a new Roll20 game for every session. Because you have to have Pro to change the image, and it is so frustrating. We can never get in until he remembers to turn it on to allow people to request and things like that.
Well, it's
you need to get an A+ certification.
The reality is you can, as long as you know how to use a Discord voice channel, you can just do it books on the coffee table and butts on the couch. Seriously, it's contrary to popular belief. You don't have to have the fancy game shells. I have them, and it turns out I rarely use them. It's easier for most people just to get together on a chat channel or a Discord channel or something like that. Yeah. And you can turn on the cameras. You can, of course, you've already got audio. You can post stuff you need to share with the players in the text channel. You can even add dice rollers. There's 100 different ways you can do it, and they aren't complicated, and you don't have to use anything fancy. That being said, stuff like Owlbear Rodeo is kind of stupid simple. And as much as I dislike Roll20, they do have an easy onboarding. If you want to start a game on Roll20, you can do as little or as much as you want to.
Yeah.
I don't like Roll20. I think we used it a couple of times.
I don't like it either. I don't like its die roller because I don't know how, but it somehow knows when you need a high roll, and it gives you a 2.
Yeah, Owlbear Rodeo's notorious for that because their die rollers, they have become so notorious for their die rollers. They actually have a little button you can click that's meant to prove to you that it's truly random rolling, which is hilarious.
Yeah. So Bingo Man says he's in a gaming drought. Oh, hey, next week, check Venger's Cult of Corthalis on X, or look at the Chalt Discord, and Roger's going to be posting stuff up there. Yeah, just get in a game, and then.
Are you available tomorrow at 2 p.m.?
Oh yeah, you're still doing your game, right?
That's right. I'm still doing that Mutant Future game where it's basically it's Gamma World.
Is it just awkward now though that it's that's still Christmas there, but it's not Christmas?
It's Christmas until the 6th of It's Christmas until the 6th of January.
That's right. 12 days of Christmas.
Oh, are you going to lean on? Okay. So,
It's
after your character dies, you have to
the
you have to mute yourself, and you have to pack up all your Christmas decorations. I got it.
I think I'm going to run New Flesh for Avenger.
Nice.
That would be awesome. I won't be able to run anything, but I'll definitely show up and play.
I wanted to run Soldier of Fortune, but I may just do it off the cuff anyway. And I've got the stuff that I made for ArnieCon that I can run for people. And so one of those is a New Flesh neighborhood watch game. So I just need to figure out the scheduling for it and just make sure I'm not up against Sandy Peterson again. And then I might actually get someone.
He's probably.
Oh my!
I'm showing up on this one.
I'm going to run Darker, yeah. But Miguel, the challenge is we need to do a one-shot.
Yes.
Oh! Are you going to run? Are you going to run this Adrenochrome game at AdventureCon
on Sunday? Oh no.
Yeah,
no,
I mean,
no.
Yeah, I would like to see another group do it just to see if they will actually.
Yeah, but this one is probably.
Yeah, it's too long.
Yeah, it's too long. It's difficult to concentrate this to a one shot.
Oh, I thought it was supposed to be a 1 or 2 shot, and we were just really, really bad.
No. I was thinking about something.
Oh, okay. So we're supposed to be slowly losing our sanity and our ability to affect the, and then the true campaign will start.
Yeah.
Oh, man, chef's kiss.
Sounds fair.
Chef's kiss. My character is legitimately considering harming a lot of people in the party, and then turning state's evidence.
Thinking of finding his way out. Is that it?
Yeah, like I'm like, hey, does this thing have an ejector seat in it? But we're in a tunnel. Oh, I know.
There's a question for you here.
Yeah. It should be. If not, I'm sure we can get it to you.
I think it is, but probably it was weeks ago.
Yeah, but I think this is about OSR dwarf game, Mark.
Yeah, you meant OSR.
Yeah. Yeah, it's also there. Yeah.
And I don't know why, I do know why. But Bingo Man Zero sounds like a Sentai thing, so that reminds me of that news story about the Japanese Sentai actor who apparently became a burglar using the skills he learned in the show, and we just endlessly discussed how ridiculous that concept is, because there's nothing cat burglary about any Sentai show, because everything blows up behind you and you make all these amazing poses while heavy music plays. And
that's right, got caught.
Exactly. They were like, hey, follow the smoke grenades and we'll know where he is. I don't know, though. Once he transforms, especially, what if he was the red one, right? If he's the blue one, sure, go arrest him. But if he's the red one or the white one, you better be careful, because that guy is legit. It's always those colors are always the leaders. Just once, I would like to see like some pastels in the Sentai group, right? Oh, you give me too much credit. I thought. Well, yeah. So,
what about plans for the new year?
I was going to ask that, but in a different form. New Year resolutions, because it's a lot more.
Yeah.
Yay!
I'm gonna finish something, right? Or I shouldn't say that way. I finish things, but I'm going to
I'm
finish
going
a
to start
gaming.
something.
Yeah, I'm going to finish a gaming product of some sort and get it out the door this year. I'm going to try for that not to be an adventure. There's some other things I've been looking at doing, and I do so much work on like games that I run for like 6 or 7 people, and then I never think to like gather it all up and put it into some sort of a plan to publish or whatever. But I think I'm going to, and I'm going to put it on itch.io. I'm going to compete with this new company that's over there that thinks they're scrappy, but I'm going to take them down. The red something.
Yeah, I heard that they've been there for some time, but no one knew about that.
Oh, so
Well, it's public.
The secrets.
Well, I don't know. Maybe if we make it too public, maybe we'll be
Yeah,
banned.
you never know.
There's always that.
well, I mean, I think once they got what they wanted, the credit card people, what was it? It was like 2 people in Australia or whatever.
Yeah,
And
well,
I think after that, they got a little singed by the whole, giving in to the terrorist thing.
yeah, but I'm not even talking about that. They are pretty woke, so
Yeah, well, I think everybody gives lip service to that now, corporate wise. But I mean,
I'm
rubber
not
hits the
sure. I
road.
think it seems like itch.io is more like they are true
It
believers.
sounds just for the name.
Yeah, they have prune stuff there all the time. What do they call those things?
Jams, game
Yeah,
jams.
prune jams
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
When you-
apparently. Go ahead, Suey.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I got the end of the year email from Bundle of Holding, and they were talking about how like, we accidentally entered the ulcerous American culture war. This guy's an American living in Europe, but he's like, the ulcerous American culture war by having a revolution bundle, and we titled it "Punch Some Nazis," and Reddit got mad at us, and then because it encouraged violence and and they were blah blah, and I'm like, we should just do a punch a Soviet game jam. And
punch a commie.
Like, wait,
always punch commies.
No, we have to say Soviets, right? Because
okay.
we want to make the point that there aren't any anymore, right? Like like that doesn't exist anymore, comma, you morons, right? Like you're imagining enemies that you defeated decades ago, right? In their case, more than a half a century ago. And there's no value in that sort of we're gonna cry wolf over and over again. And I think that's why last year things took the turn where everybody's like, you know what, we're just sick of this. What you call us doesn't matter anymore. Like we don't feel it anymore. You can't take anything away that you haven't already taken away. You're nobody listens to you anymore because we know you're a hive mind. Yeah, we know you're a hive mind, and so
idiots. Yeah.
The only problem is when you get canceled. That's basically.
Yeah, but canceling is getting harder and harder now because
well, it's still.
But when you are done, you are done. Yeah, that's.
Yeah,
that's the problem. Yeah.
Well, all you need to do is call up Chris Rufo, right, and say like, "Hey, how slow a news day is it?" And if it's slow enough, you might get some help. But the EEO here, the Equal Opportunity Commission, they are Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. Yeah, they put out a thing saying, hey, if you feel like you were discriminated against because you were part of the majority, bring those things to us. And there are a lot of cases. That Hollywood stuff, they would just tell them to their face. we're not hiring you. And academia, they would say, oh, we're not hiring any white males for this job or whatever.
I'm waiting for the
Yeah.
lawsuits. I celebrate them.
Yeah.
I celebrate them getting dragged through the courts.
Yeah. I mean, we need to go back to being colorblind and just meritocracy, and that works better. History has shown that works better than anything else. And so let's do that. Comma, you idiots.
So more resolutions.
Yeah, because politics is getting me depressed because we are living in Europe. So
yeah, everything is fucked there, and it's not going to get better. It's going to get worse, much worse.
I thought you guys had some folks over there who were trying to get everything a little more based.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not working. They're trying, but it's not working because
the European Union.
European Union is the thing here. Governments are just.
Yeah, you could just tell them to fuck off. I mean, it's like we're inviting people to do that. It's like, hey, Hungary, why don't you leave the EU? And let's have a bitchin' trade deal, and we can kind of like.
Yeah, speaking of Hungary, I think a lot of EU people might be hungry if they keep screwing with their farmers to the point the farmers just decide, well, let's just not sell locally anymore.
Oh, absolutely.
But we don't eat almost anything locally. So I don't know whatever I know here in Portugal, the farmers were paid just to trash things and not produce.
Yeah.
The fishermen were paid not to fish. So everything is bought from
you go to the supermarket
out of Europe.
Everything is not from here.
Almost everything.
Yeah, we can't say much about that because we subsidize much stuff to keep the price.
If you live in the countryside, it's different. But if you live in a city, you need to go buy things in the supermarket. Nothing is local, or almost nothing.
Not even your seafood.
No, because we have a lot of seafood from. I mean, with seafood, I'm not thinking about fish, but we get a lot of seafood from shrimp and stuff like that from Mozambique.
Whoa!
Because I see that in Vietnam, and it even says in some of the things that are frozen, Mozambique shrimps. How do you say ameijoas, Miguel? You have no idea. Clamps from Vietnam. And stuff like that.
Oh, I've heard about those.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Clams, Vietnamese clams. Oh my! As a nation, we have an experience with that. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it fills you up for a long time.
Yeah, so my New Year resolution, one of them is to start something and probably finish. And I'm talking about not a war, but a scenario.
Then let's team up, because yours is to start something, mine's to finish something. You can just hand it off to me about halfway, and then we'll both be able to mark something off. But you've done a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, but last year I didn't do.
It was a long time ago.
0.
Yeah.
I was too busy getting fat.
I've just re-released everything that you've done, almost everything you've done, and it was.
Oh, was that to encourage her to do
that?
No.
It was not to shame me. It was just because
it just had the happy effect of shaming you.
Well, those were the oldest scenarios, so they already needed to have them updated. Makes sense to start with those.
So what's your resolution, Miguel?
Oh, I have a bunch of those, but the main resolution is to keep the Red Room publishing.
Yeah.
Yay!
Which is maybe not that easy at the moment. Last month was a good month, but we had a 50% discount, so that it usually, when you have a discount promotion sale going on, sales always increase.
Yeah. Well,
Let's
yeah,
see how this works now.
that's Zulu. Zulu. That's Lulu's model. They're always got some sort of
Yeah, well,
code going. Yeah,
yeah, almost every week has a code.
It probably keeps people interested.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah. I
10% code is just, well, maybe it's an incentive. When you have the 15%, it's probably more of an incentive.
Mhm.
10% doesn't do much, and
I'm
the
wondering.
occasional 20%.
I'm wondering too on the Lulu if there's a way does there anything that tells you who bought something? Is there a way
No,
to do like a brick and mortar or a bits and mortar thing where if they buy the physical, you can send them the
no.
PDF?
The only thing we know about it is the country the person is from. Not anything else.
Gotcha.
Of course, we keep on telling people that they can ask
But you
us for
do,
PDF.
but you do know which invoices, right? Like, so if they said I'm invoice X Y Z or whatever,
Yeah,
you
we
could
can
say,
check if
"Oh, yeah,
it's
we
true.
haven't sent a PDF to them yet." And okay, so but then then you might have people sliding in to see if they can scalp somebody's invoice.
I think the
Although that's a good problem. If someone is that desperate to get a
Mhm.
PDF of your games, that's a good sign.
not that many people ask for PDFs. I think that probably some of them who buy the actual books don't really want the PDFs.
See, I love PDFs. I created the name the PDF gamer
Mhm.
as uh, a name for a YouTube and a Rumble channel, and then I learned someone asked like where are the PDFs at, and I'm like, oh, I haven't posted any yet. I'm just I'm just gonna review things in PDF to begin with, and then it became clear that they meant something else, and then I was like, oh, great! Like apparently that is street slang for the rather pedophile basically, and I'm
Mm.
like, oh no, oh no, like so
Well,
I might rebrand as the ebook gamer or something like. We'll
Digital
see.
gamer.
you get the red room stuff.
Digital gamer.
Yeah,
No, red room is no. That's not what it's a Twin Peaks
We
red.
did watch that the Red Rooms film that was really stupid and boring.
Yeah,
yeah, there was a red room. Um, I mean, I think the Lynch reference even comes from like wasn't there a prison room or something like it was like a chamber that they sent prisoners to back in olden times that was called the Red Room.
I have no idea why you called it red room. It was Lynch. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe it was a Shining reference.
could
But
be.
I was checking because I remember it's a short story by A.G. Wells. I don't know if that's the same.
Ah,
So it's A.G. Wells' fault. Okay. But when we created the blog, the original blog, it was many years ago, 10 years ago or more.
It was already the Red Room. Yeah.
It was already in the red room, and I don't think at the time people thought about the red room as a BDSM stuff.
I think
yeah,
people
yeah.
understood that it was a reference to
Yeah,
David Lynch
people-
and The Shining. Yeah.
yeah.
People became stupider with the time, or maybe it's just gamers.
Yeah.
I said it.
Have a good weekend, Bingo Man.
Bye bye. See you soon.
I was hoping Beazle Bubba would be on here. He likes to
He's busy with his grandchildren.
heckle us. Yeah, he's got
It's the second day
got
of the
the
year.
progeny. He's got the progeny over. Man, have you seen some of his cooking videos? He makes some really, really appetizing things. Like he cooked duck. I'm like, that's way over my level. Like if I could microwave a duck, sure, but I can boil things and I can microwave things and I can fry some things. But yeah, I'm not up to baking or roasting anything just
I
yet.
don't cook at all.
I'm learning to.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah,
Are
she's a
you a
cook.
good cook, Sylvia?
I'll let Miguel answer that, and you can be honest, no pressure.
Well,
He's gonna say, yeah, except she uses all that Madagascar fish, and like we should get some good old fashioned Portuguese fish.
she used to be a bad cook years ago. Now she's gotten better. With
Yeah,
time.
Okay,
Probably the
that's
desperation of needing to eat.
that's nice
Yeah,
and vague. That's nice and vague. She used to be terrible, but now she's not.
yeah,
Like yeah, like,
she's not bad.
she's
Well, but I'm not really. I'm not a gourmet, so I'm not really sure. Maybe she's a
I
good
gotcha.
mean,
cook.
when it's
But
really,
you,
really bad, he complains. That's what when he
Yeah, well,
remembers. So he's
when
like,
it was
"What the
bad,
hell is
but
this?"
then even not being a gourmet, I could find it.
you've never been hospitalized. Is that
No, no,
basically
no,
the
no.
the
Yeah, that's
effect that we're going for?
But
no.
I've learned how to cook that, but
Oh,
only
really?
the
Okay.
chest. Yes, because you remember, you don't remember. I mean, you say you don't remember, but the first times I did that, it was very dry, and now it's better. So yes, I'm getting better. I need to get better at something.
Of course, I cannot complain because if I was the cook, it would be much worse. So I have no reason to complain.
So I think we were going to talk about herding cats this evening.
Wait, what was your resolution though?
Oh
Oh
yeah,
shoot.
Yeah.
Most of mine involve work, so I won't talk about those.
Oh,
However,
I got
I do have a resolution to try to get Elohim finished within the next 3 months.
you.
okay.
Well,
That's
there's a
It's like
theme.
it's like halfway done, and somehow, just when I think I want to do something with it, I end up doing something else. So there you go.
Going back with that, I think one of my problems now is that some of the ideas that I had, and at least one or two I was working on, I don't really feel like doing them anymore. So I think I need a new start to just go to the list and think, what do I want to do now? Instead of, oh, let me pick this idea that I had, I don't know how long ago.
I know exactly what you mean. I had this idea for like a really long campaign about a Russian uh, orphans that get moved to Germany, and then the wall falls, and then a bunch of people are forced to rescue them, and then they get
mhm.
like sores on them or something. Yeah.
I think
Oh, it was
there's
this
two
big
ways
long
to that.
convoluted thing, but I just couldn't find a way to add any player agency to it, and I couldn't imagine that a game company would put it out. If it was just this big long linear slot. Oh wait, never mind. I
You
think I
cannot complain.
realize now what my problem is.
I don't know why it is. It's like anything that requires more time or focus than a wretched inspiration or a dark corner just seems difficult for me to do right now, and I have no idea why that is. I mean, I can whip out the wretched inspirations, and but it's like, and I'm even adding game material to them now. Aha, yeah. So
Oh, baby
Well, they
steps,
did,
right?
you did a lot of inspirations over the
yeah,
last.
I have,
Yeah.
and it's something that's kind of built up over time.
Yeah,
So it's like, so for folks who might be watching, all one or two of you, or watching in the future,
maybe
you
later.
really should join the Discord server, the Red Room Discord server, because hey, we got all kinds of fun stuff going on there, and you can even go to the NSFW content channel and see gaming content that includes boobies.
It is hilarious that yeah, we use it completely differently than anyone else would, right? Like we
Yeah.
even have like a no really we mean it over here channel, and it doesn't get used at all.
It's truly not safe for work content.
That's
There you
true.
go.
That's true. It's not safe for work because it's scary and terrifying and
And
gaming.
sometimes it has boobs.
Unless if you work
AI
from
boobs.
home. I don't know. If you work from home, it could be safe.
Yeah, oh, that's the new bar. Not safe for work for home, even So,
So
all
one of
right.
these
So,
days,
herding.
somebody will write a message complaining that I gave them a nightmare, and I'll be high for a week from that statement alone. You gave that image and that wretched inspiration. I couldn't sleep last night. Oh yes. Oh, that's so good. Oh wait, no. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm terribly sorry.
So you said herding cats. Is that about the OSR going
I
loose
believe
about AI?
so.
Yes, that's a
Herding cats is very hard. I'm tired of herding cats. I mean, I'm talking about cats, not role players.
You're talking about literal herding.
You're
Oh,
talking
did the
about
admiral go home?
yes,
Yeah,
it is.
you already did.
Oh
The trail
man.
home. Yeah.
It's very cute, but it was very nice to see him go because our oldest male was completely possessed with jealousy, and he just wanted to beat the crap of him every time
Oh
he saw him.
dear.
Was it
Oh
jealousy,
dear.
or was he just waiting for the moment when the admiral would look at him and go, "You're good enough, son"? Was it,
No, I
was
think
it
it
just
was.
that
I
grumpiness
think
that
it
the
was
admiral
jealousy.
had, and he's like,
Yeah.
"One day I'll make him smile," and it's
I think
never
it
going
was
to happen.
jealousy. Yeah, because he's a little bitch.
Yes.
I'll bet none of them thought, "Man, I want my tail done just like that." Like no other cat thought that.
Well, we have other channels. Well, maybe the Wretched Man channel is also not safe for kids, or the Daily Retard. But I'm sure there's the cats
Safer.
channel, cats and dogs. Is
That's
safe.
true. Yeah, there's some wholesome areas.
Yeah. That's true.
So yeah, I think the AI thing. Well, the where the AI argument came from was interesting to me, and I think it has to do with the fact that a lot of them are heading in the direction of being publishers, or they're buddies with publishers and things like that, and they probably are trying not, they're trying to preserve a bridge, in case they need to go to artists and whatnot, and they're like, "Oh no, I heard you say something about Robotron 400. No, it's very sad." And then now you can't get your Clyde Caldwell cover or whatever, but I mean, I guess, yeah, I don't get that, but I would assume maybe that was what was in play. But it's a non-issue, and more to the point, it's a non-issue that was determined to be a non-issue a year ago or more. So I don't know why it percolated back up. Is it because it got significantly better recently?
Makes sense. Yeah. Right now, it's really different from when it was what it was about 2 years or even 1 year ago.
And everybody is using it. I mean, not just role players. I had a friend from work that was telling me that, oh, amazing, she's doing AI to create invites for her kids' parties. Instead of she just give me an image with this and that, and I have an amazing invite.
See that, and now some poor, balloon clown is going to be replaced by AI, because the next step will be robot balloon clowns, and that's probably, once we have those, I'm going to be happy, because I'm going to have 3 robot butlers, and I won't know what to do with myself.
They are probably expensive.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Did y'all see the one that they made? Like, they were advertising, it was like 20 or 30 grand for this robot butler, and what it really was it was going to do as much as it could of your housework and whatnot, but if it got stuck, it was going to ask a human being at a call center in the third world to walk it through the process of doing whatever it is it didn't understand, and then it would learn to do it later.
I think I saw that story. Yeah.
Yeah, in Japan, they have convenience store robots that restock things, and there's a call center in the Philippines where, like, one person with some VR goggles and stuff can control 60 of these things. And they just, it sits and restocks, but when it hits something it doesn't understand, it just says, "Hey, can a human tell me what to do?" And then,
Still
these
with
little
the
people in
person.
these call center do it. Yeah. And
Even the automated machines in the supermarkets, they are always getting stuck, and someone needs to go there and unstuck it. It's really annoying.
there was a controversy early last year where Walmart has self checkout where you just scan things and put them in the bag, and it would at the end of it would ask you for a tip. And the question is like, who gets the tip? I'm the one that checked me out, right? Like, shouldn't that come right out? Like, and so obviously they got rid of that, but it was hilarious.
I hate
It's like, why in the world would you tip yourself?
I mean, I tip myself often, but no one sees it, and it's just sad. Like, here, get yourself something nice. Like, thanks.
So the fact that their automation ultimately defaults back to humans when it fails reminds me a lot of an Amazon. Amazon has a what they call public cloud, where you can build software and run it and have services for it, etc. And it's called Amazon Web Services. Well, they have a feature they've had for a long time called Mechanical Turk. And Mechanical Turk is how you get all kinds of minor, mindless, routine, automated processes done. Is it some, remarkable thing for running algorithms on machines? No.
No, it's a guy in Turkey.
It is literally a bunch of poor people in India who get your message as to what you want them to do, and they do it and report back. And it has you can get 10,000 Indians to run your supposedly computerized process.
Yeah, Bo's tipping himself.
Just tip himself, yeah.
For the drive.
Automation with brown people backup. There you go.
Imagine being an Indian guy, right? And you're like, oh, I'm got a job, I got a family, I'm in India, the beating heart of Southeast Asia, and I'm working, and they're like, what do you do? And they're like, well, I work for a company that tells everyone I'm a Turk. I'm like, you sold us out. The Turks always get the credit. Somewhere Hassan Piker is getting, patting himself on the back.
Chunky yogurt.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah. Yes, for those who are wondering, I'm referring to Chink Uyghur. Chunky yogurt. When
we start punching Soviets, dog shock collar guy might be the first one that needs a pop, because
absolutely
he clearly in his life acts like he's never been told no, and he's never been popped in the teeth.
It's going to happen sooner or later. He'll be out somewhere without his security, and somebody will remind him that there's a great equalizer. It's called the fist to the face.
Yeah, or
it will happen.
Just a smack. I'd be happy with that. Or a thrown drink in his face. Women used to do that, but then
you do to men. So yeah,
drinks became too expensive for people to goof around doing that, right? Like,
I was about to say, it's like, take this drink in the face. Oh my God, that cost me $20.
Is that why they bring you the glass of water as well, just in case you have to go all 40s movie and throw it on?
Yeah, we are starting a new trend. Instead of punch a Nazi,
stop punching Nazis.
We're punching Soviets.
Or Soviets.
Yeah,
because they're real commies, and
I still think my game idea, always punch commies, had merit.
No, I mean, yeah.
It could be a micro red game. Sure, it could.
Do you think you can publish it at drive-thru? No, probably not.
No.
What I would do is I would misspell some of the words, kind of like the Luring Center up in Minnesota. I would misspell some of the words, so it's always punch commies, but it's not spelled correctly, so they wouldn't catch it.
I looked up graduates of the Luring Center, and they were some of the best King Lears the stage has seen in the last few years. Like one of them was Sir Lawrence Olivier. I was like, amazing. These guys can leer like no one else.
For the money the federal government is spending on them, they better be.
for that money, they better be able to do Desdemona as well, right? Like,
So why is the OSR community so
Yeah, well,
disorganized?
we got lost a bit. So
Mhm.
yeah,
this was about people in the OSR not being really fond of collaborating. Actually, on the other side, they are very fond of rivalry, having arguments, canceling each other, and all that, but not collaborating. Sometimes it happens, of course. We've done some collaborations, I guess a lot of them.
I think it's because it's so do it yourself that yeah, people don't think about doing the collaborations and the mutual support kind of things. And but I mean, there's some out there, like I say that the Press Center Media has that RPG site, but there's not a lot of places where you can push that. I guess you can do it on social media and whatnot, but yeah, I mean, I think that sort of stuff goes a long way, and it's something that I think some of the other indie publishers do really well. Indie music people sort of have the same problem, but they've solved it here and there by doing things like that. So yeah, maybe the idea is to do a little mutual, you
Instead
know,
of fighting about stupid rules or
yeah,
what is the right way to play.
But that's
yeah.
kind of what people enjoy, really, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're an OSR creator and you're chasing clout, you can get clout by being positive as well as negative. You've just got to it's the same idea though. You just got to chase that next big positive thing, right? Like Seth Skorkowski doesn't snipe at people, but he still gets a lot of engagement, right? And he doesn't go straight to the D&D, D&D well. Although, admittedly, he does go to Call of Cthulhu and Traveler Wales quite often. But,
Oh, he's
but
he's very
you know,
much in the modern gay chaosium camp, right? That's
well, yeah,
so.
and I think he may have maybe had some sort of publication history with Chaosium.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, so and I think even Mongoose published one of his traveler things, but I think it was after he started doing it. And Sandy Peterson mentioned that he used to game with him when he lived out in Texas, and that he's a pretty straight shooting guy. But I think I think if you do big games like that, eventually you're going to get caught in that orbit. And yeah, then you have to go, well, if I say this, am I going to offend big dog A or big dog B? And so, but I mean, we don't have to do that in OSR, right? Like, there's no big dogs. We're just a bunch
Yeah,
of scrappy dogs, and we just need to help each other out. And you
Other
don't
than
even have
Shadow Dark.
yeah, you don't have to beat D&D. You don't have to beat D and
well,
D.
for
D and
example,
D beats D&D, right? Like D&D's job is to destroy D&D right now. You don't have to do that for them. Just make other products that are better. And I hate to say it, but that product probably is not a dungeon fantasy game,
Mhm.
right? I mean, maybe we could all agree that there's enough of those,
There's
Shadow
or
Dark,
umpteen
do it,
million
or
of them.
do it a little, yeah, or do
when Shadow Dark
supplement
came about,
material.
everybody was promoting Shadow Dark, and everybody was doing stuff for Shadow Dark. But that's a rare thing to happen. It must have
That's
Yeah,
been
not
well,
a
was a
that's not a
thing.
collaboration exactly. I won't call
No,
it so. Everybody wanted
you
to
call it.
ride the coattails.
That's
Yeah,
more the bandwagon. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
yeah.
a bandwagon, but it could happen with other things that are not really bandwagons or fads, just people
Well,
doing stuff for another game or something like that.
yeah, and there's the good kind of bad wagon. Like I know Barrows and Borderlands got the good side right. They also, everybody was talking about them, but it was because man, it's a really good product. And I will say it's not my cup of tea, but I think probably Shadow Dark is a good product for what it does too. You know, so but yeah, there I think in one case she knew how to work the influencer machine, and then he just had a good enough product that got under, the eyeballs of enough influencers that, but it amounts to the same thing. So I think
Well,
you can do it either
I
way.
think here's what it comes down to. Some things catch fire and some things don't. And oftentimes, in the case of Shadow Dark, yes, I do think the fact that she had an existing 5e community that was pretty large
Yeah.
on Facebook played a big role. Also, she's married to a marketing expert. So I think that she figured out how to work the network.
Well,
She already had
and
those
and
relationships.
also she put it out right at the time when D&D was really, really working hard to Epstein
Yeah,
themselves.
yeah,
Like,
true.
and so yeah, it was just the beauty of timing in a lot of the case too, right?
But I think the bigger problem in the OSR community is that everybody's a chef and they're
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
in the same kitchen. We have a lot of guys making variations on the same game. We have a lot of guys who, I mean, yeah, they complain about their lack of engagement, but the truth is it's all the same people shouting in the same space,
Yeah.
and it's a small space. It would take something truly earth-shaking, I think, to expand our player base once again, because it's simply too easy for the big corporate setups to grab attention because that's what they're set up to do.
Yeah.
5e is slop. It is. It's become absolute slop. But it's slop that's accessible and that people know about, and it has the name recognition.
Yeah.
That's why TSR went to war with anybody who used the Dungeons and Dragons name. That's why Gary Gygax ended up in a fight with Dave Arneson. That's why Gary Gygax ended up being banned from making his own alternative game because his association with D&D was such that TSR was terrified that if he created any game in that space and was backed by a reasonably major publisher, they would lose market share. That's why they got into a fight with Games Designers Workshop over Legendary Journeys, which was originally named, I think it was something like Dark Dimensions, which of course comes across as D&D.
Yeah.
And so, basically Sony was the one who owned GDW at the time, indirectly, and it's like they decided, it's not worth it for us to fight TSR, even though we could bury them. It's just this silly little elf game. What do we care? Give Gary $100,000, tell him to go away. That's what happened.
Well, I have to go, but I will leave you with a final thought that, like, yeah, I think you made a good point that everybody in the OSR, glitterati, they're all chefs. And I think that's the problem, is that they're all chefs trying to sell a meal, and they're only going to buy their own meal, right? They're not going to help, they're not going to trade meals or what, and so if you start to see the others as competitors, you're going to work against them, in little ways and big ways. But I think what we need to do as the OSR maybe is to look and see what the customer base wants, right? Like, touch in with them and say, what's missing, or what could you use, or good old fashioned, learn the market type techniques, and see what you get from that.
And here's the reality: does everybody have to do the same D&D copy?
No,
That's what
no.
you see a lot
And I
of.
think
It's like,
Bo made
can't
a
we
good point.
do cyberpunk games that are like distinctly eldritch in their character? Can't
Yeah.
we do really grim modern horror games? Can't we do Victorian horror that isn't gay? Can't we do all these other interesting things? I love D&D, but I like playing these other games too.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I think that's where we're losing as well.
Yeah, and make support for other games. You don't have to make your own game to make products. Make
Exactly.
Right.
support for games
Exactly.
you like. Yeah.
Right.
Wolves also wrote that comment. Yeah.
Yeah.
People
And
can do adventures campaigns. Yeah, I mean,
People don't do as many of those because they don't sell as much. adventures.
Oh, is that why? Is that
I think so.
well?
Yeah.
Well, eventually, core books aren't going to sell well either because
No,
everyone's
no.
going to figure out that fifth or sixth.
But that's
fancy
why
art
you're going to
thing-
try to be a bitch and annihilate your competition.
Yeah, it's easier probably.
Yeah. Well, that's sad. All right. Well, I'll have a good weekend,
Hey,
everybody, and
see you on Sunday.
Yeah. See you
yeah, I
Sunday.
look forward to hearing the rest of the conversation.
Have a good night.
You too.
And then there were three.
So yeah, I think adventures. We tried. Maybe we'll still. I think we'll still going to try again. But
Yes, because I'm going to do. I don't want to do a full game. I have ideas for at least one game, but yeah, I don't want. It's not that I don't want to do it. I don't think I would ever do it. So I prefer doing adventures, models. I mean,
Well, all my stuff is like supplementary materials.
Yeah.
Like the Black Protocol was a supplement, basically. Dark Corners was a supplement. The Bell Accession is an adventure. I haven't finished it yet, but we played it. We played a version of it.
yeah.
And Elohim's going to be an alternative campaign setting for Darker. So people can, if you're just wanting to be creative and share your love of the game, I mean, people can do that.
and
They don't have to try to write a 20th version of the same game.
I don't do it now because I mean we have a lot of things. I haven't written, but Miguel is writing a lot of things. But I like to read adventures made by other people, so I could take ideas from my own games, even if I was going to run them exactly as they were.
It's always interesting to see how people do things
Yeah.
because people have lots of different ideas. And I've personally thought about creating supplementary content similar to the Black Protocol that expands a game. So, like, why not? Why not come up with like alternative weapon lists or expanded weapon lists or alternative combat rules for certain situations and just turn it into a framework and put it in a module, put it on Lulu and say, hey, just, grab the red rules and here you go. It's to me, that's the frustrating part is it's like, why is everybody trying to create a variation of the same game? If you're not doing, and I guess this is my modern OSR mindset, if you're not doing something truly distinctive, why do it? Like Chalt. Venger is doing something distinctive with Advanced Dragon Slayer. It's a different way of running the game. It's like Red. Red simplifies the game we're already familiar with. These are things people are doing that are innovative. If you're rewriting BX, why? We already have like 6 or 7 really good versions of it. Labyrinth Lord, Old School Essentials. You want white box? Well, we got Swords and Wizardry. I won't talk about the other guy's version because he's retarded. Anyway, and if you got, there's so many versions. Why rewrite it over and over again? Do something modern. Do something new in the same vein. Why not? Or make content for something. I don't know. I think a lot of people really want to make a living in this space, and it's always been so small. Like if you look back in the day, TSR, GDW, Chaosium, these were not big companies. Eventually TSR kind of was, but the rest were always very small. They were like 5 or 6 people at most. It's never been a big field. And I don't know. In some ways it's not really any bigger than it ever was before. And I think that's what people misunderstand. They see what happened during COVID and they think, oh yeah, this is a chance to get out there. No, that was lightning striking, right?
And it was mostly Critical Role.
Yeah, which is the wrong direction to go in for the OSR crowd. This is definitely not Critical Role territory. Who knows? One of our games may take off, and the next thing you know, you'll get like 10,000 viewers every game session. And they'll start talking on X and saying, "Hey, those guys say mean things about gays and communists.
We're not wearing makeup, and I'm not painting my nails black.
Exactly. Wait a minute. Where's the purple hair?
Without that,
Where's
we can never be.
And we don't have pronouns.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like how without pronouns, how can I know what to call them? Yeah, exactly.
And they have the player's pronouns and the character's pronouns sometimes.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you want to know how hard it is, Critical Role isn't using their own game.
Yeah, it's so good. It's what Daggerheart, right? Or
Yeah, Daggerheart.
Is the second try.
You know, if they don't use their own game, they don't eat their own dog food. What does that tell you? Yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, even they know nobody's going to play this. It's a coffee table book.
As so many others are. It's not the only one.
Yeah, they're selling their audience, which is huge, a coffee table book. If they wanted to push a game, they could, but they don't, because they can make more money doing D&D. That's kind of it. That's the slop we have to deal with. I think a day will come, because D&D and Wizards is not actually, other than Magic the Gathering, it's not a very significant part of Hasbro's, bottom line. It's really the collectible card games. Yeah, Candela Obscura, exactly.
Yeah, they even pretend that one doesn't exist.
That's the one.
Candela Obscure.
I think it was a good idea to include a scented candle. I still like it. Yeah. Probably better than the gun. It depends on the smell. What's the scent?
Yeah. I mean, it smells like the unisex bathroom. There you go. But at the end of the day, I think that's the problem. That's why we're not able to herd the cats, because the OSR really is full of cats. It's people. Everybody wants to be the main player from their point of view, and it's like, guys, it's at the end of the day, it's elf games. Let's just all work together and have fun. If you have a unique perspective, do something with it. But if you're going to redo BX, don't be surprised when you just become one more guy with a game that nobody wants to buy.
Too many egos, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I suspect that's the case. Yeah.
I have a problem with that. I cannot just do something for another person's game. That shouldn't be hard to do. It's just, why not?
And there's a lot of people who do
in the
that.
beginning, you were not even planning on doing a game. It was just
I just I only did that because our very good friend Grim, who is a very lazy guy, wasn't releasing stuff. So I just said, okay, I'll do my own game and I'll release it myself. And then I release a lot of things. So because I'm not lazy.
But I think that's also, and I would say something that I think that probably annoys people, because most people don't have not just on the OSR, in the role-playing industry in general, and the artists in general, they are like, and a lot of them also, they don't do this as their full-time, which is full-time job. So it's just something that they do whenever they have time. But sometimes they probably, and we've mentioned that, spend too much time discussing arguing with people in the internet instead of actually doing stuff. And Miguel does too many stuff, and I think that annoys people. How the hell, why is this guy so productive? It annoys some people.
Stop working so hard.
That might annoy people, but of course, if you do have a
and he also annoys me because I'm lazy, and there were times when I had to tell him, it's weekend, stop. It's 7, stop working, man.
I've stopped. I've mostly stopped working on weekends, not absolutely.
Mostly,
yeah. I've been working much less, and I think it's noticeable. There have been less releases, though many updates, but less releases. So less work, less releases.
That tends to be how it goes.
Yeah. Of course, that's
I'm
not.
just glad that I'm gainfully employed so that when I do play or create content, it's like I can afford to just do it for fun and create stuff for another person's game and not worry about it.
Yeah, but there are many people also who have a real job, but they still do their own games only, and
It just seems like a lot of work to me to create a variation on the same game.
yeah, it
It's
is.
like, we already have lots of rule sets out there. We already have lots of it's like, and to be fair, a lot of the folks at the Red Room, we create content for Wretched or Red Room games.
Yeah, we are the exception.
Matt does, and I do, and Judd does, and I mean, people, but a lot of people don't. They want to create the next game.
Yeah, exactly. This, for example, Matt, I don't think he has done anything except content for other games.
Yeah, I don't think he wants
When
to
I
do
say
that.
Matt, I mean Lord Mateus.
Yeah.
He's done stuff for Lamentations, for Shadow Dark, for us, and something else I don't remember. But I don't. Yeah, just
Pundit, technically, Pundit does do his own games, but if you look at what he's doing, almost everything he does can be brought into most OSR stuff. Most of his stuff really is supplemental. You don't have to play it as an independent game. You can. He offers that too, but you don't have to. Realistically, it's. I just think people. I think people should create content and have fun. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think they should think they're going to create the next Shadow Dark, or the next Barrows and Borderlands. I mean, unless you've got a truly distinctive thing that you're doing, or the moment is right, and I think that's a lot of it too. If you have the right connections in the right moment, yeah, there's a lot of things you can make happen. Would Pathfinder had ever been as big as it was if Wizards hadn't stumbled so badly with 4th edition? I don't think so.
Yeah, they had that benefit.
If Wizards had been smart and just kept up with 3rd edition, I don't know that Pathfinder even would have happened. So basically, that's why Paizo has a business right now. It's because Wizards stumbled. So there you go. I mean, it's lightning striking. If your lottery number doesn't come up, then you don't get to you don't get the prize.
In Pandit's case, I mean, it's more all the details of the historical setting. So people buy it for the setting, not exactly for the game, I would say.
Yeah. And he's very good at that. It's like, and I mean, I've had my disagreements with not so much the historical stuff, but like with Invisible College, he and I went round and round over something else entirely. But that's the problem when you have two people who know a lot about a subject. They don't agree. But I own Invisible College. I got it precisely because Pundit has a reputation for making stuff that is not just good on its own, but you can use it with other things. And there's things there you could definitely use. I mean, you don't even have to run it with the rules system that comes with the book. You can run it with other things as well, if you'd rather do so.
It could have a little bit less magic in it, maybe.
Well, obvious. I prefer darker for a reason.
Invisible College is all about magic.
It is very much about magic, and it's
mostly magic.
See, I prefer to make the black magic guys bad guys and not ascended masters. But that's me. I think Aleister Crowley is more fun as a bad guy, and he was a bad guy. So there you go. Oh boy. Anyway. So yeah. But I mean that's a perfect example. Darker. You can make Darker work for any kind of campaign you want. If you're wanting to do something that is like a slasher film, yeah, you can do that. If you're wanting to do something that's like The Exorcist, oh yeah, you can do that. Or if you're just wanting to base it on something like you're seeing out your window, the insanity in the headlines, and you want to add that extra twist of a demonic force behind those events, well, that's what it's there for. So it's fun stuff. I like that. And you know what I like about New Flesh and the Validad Interzone setting is that it brings you back to the foundations of cyberpunk. A lot of cyberpunk was heavily influenced by Hardwired and the Japanese stuff, where it really is more mechanical and more superhuman, and they're focusing more on the transhumanism. But the early version had a lot of body horror, and it was as much about biological modification as it was about computer circuitry, because the truth is William Gibson didn't know about any of that stuff.
Yeah.
So that's not what he wrote about.
That's why I like William Gibson's books so much, because I am not really technologically inclined, so I understood it. So I got it was easier for me to read Gibson's books.
Oh yeah, by the time you get to the third book in the original Sprawl trilogy, you know, he's talking about computer gods and basically this kind of weird universe between what we think of as reality and the virtual world, which, I mean, to be fair, some Japanese anime like The Ghost in the Shell did investigate that later, though they kind of did it from that kind of oddball Eastern philosophy type of perspective. And you know, you can do that, or you can do Cyberpunk 2077, which is a little bit more Hollywood, you know. Like I said, it's more that style where you're focused on the tech and, you know, people becoming basically cyborgs and all that kind of stuff. And it's not as much about the body horror. It's not about as much about the loss of humanity. It's that stark kind of horror at the center of it. And then, of course, you know, you also get a little bit of Naked Lunch. You also get a little bit of cosmic horror. See, that's what I mean when I say you need something that has a distinctive spin. At the end of the day, it is similar to the game that everybody knows and loves and has played. It has a simplified version of the rule set, but what makes it distinctive is the setting and the way all those elements come together. It makes it a very easy game to get into, in my opinion.
I have the feeling that most people on the OSR don't care about settings.
Well, it's so weird because this is what we were talking about earlier, right? With regards to why is everybody doing a version of the same game? New Flesh is different. Darker is different. Frankly, even Savage Swords is different because it's truly sword and sorcery, whereas D&D, properly speaking, is not.
No.
Gary may have been influenced by those stories, but if you look at his game, it's high fantasy.
Yeah. D&D was made for that, definitely.
Yeah. He disclaimed Tolkien, but I see a lot of Tolkien in D&D. It's higher fantasy than Tolkien, for that matter.
Yeah. It's a game for that. You can change it, but
that's why I don't really like it. It's too much
same
fantasy.
I played for a few years, but then it wasn't my thing. Never.
I've always felt like D&D is its own thing, which is why it didn't really translate to the various efforts to translate to the screen have not worked well, because it doesn't have that kind of cinematic logic. See, that's one of the things about Red Room games, right? Your games have cinematic logic because that was the influence. Some people, I think Pundit used the phrase spaghetti punk, but it's cinematic logic. That's like when we were talking, we've been talking on the Discord server about the world map for Savage Swords. And it's like some people were talking about, well, maybe we need travel times and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, but that doesn't make sense for Savage Swords because it's cinematic in style. Travel happens between sessions, right? Oh yes, you spent 3 months traveling to Vendaya, and now you're in this sweltering jungle city, and blah 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 blah. Well, that's why would you have them unless there's some particular adventure you want them to have during the travel, right? Which you can. Why would you waste your time having them talk about the traveling? It's very different mindset than D
Yeah,
and D.
that's true. Of course, yes, yes. Well, there will be a map. I don't know exactly what it will look like, or maybe there will be two maps even,
I'm
perhaps.
waiting with bated breath. It'll be interesting to see where it comes out.
We'll probably not use them, but if someone wants to use them, that's great. I don't.
I mean, it's if people want to play it that way, that's fine because they can. But then again, they could take Savage Swords and use the Harn world map. Remember Harn?
I've never
World of Harn. Oh, it's very ancient. It was just a setting, and initially it was very popular because it was one of the first truly detailed kind of world setting maps. At a time when even Greyhawk wasn't quite that detailed. That's all changed since then, of course. Everything's become detailed to death. But then again, they've been working on it for like 3 decades. So,
Yeah. But yeah, that of course, if people play like us, they wouldn't need it. But not everybody plays the same way. So I'm not going to put maps in all games. Just Savage Swords.
Well, it's like I was saying about the Traveler map. The Traveler map is fun, but Traveler aims to be hard sci-fi. I personally think it isn't as hard as some people think, but it aims to be. So, okay, so here we have this map of the known universe. It's great that they have it, but I can tell you for a fact, I've never played in any game that used it except for one, and it did not make for an interesting game.
So I don't think Final Frontier will have a space map. I don't think it's needed.
It doesn't need it. The action happens on spaceships, and it happens in futuristic cities, and it happens on satellites, and it happens on planets.
And then you can just roll a planet by chance if you have a map that will destroy that.
And if you want to know how much time it will take, well, there's a table for that. You can just check it.
Yeah. Or your DM can just, he can just make it up. I mean, it's like, I mean, do the players care? We've been traveling through hyperspace for the past 2 weeks, and we've arrived at Station Alpha. That's where the adventure begins. So, what do you care about the 2 weeks you've been traveling? Well, where is Terra located relative to this? Oh, it's over here. Well, how do you know that? Do you have a map? No, I just told you. Why do you care? But a planet this size should not have a 23-hour rotation period. Dude, it's a game. Play. Do you ask this when you watch Riddick?
Yeah, travel goes into that stuff, but it kind of gets boring to know all those details. Who cares?
It's a game, and it's a game that's meant to be cinematic and fun and adventurous. And you get in fights and you sneak around and you do things you probably shouldn't do because you're adventurers, and of course you do. That's the part that's fun.
Yeah, in the case of planets, if you are playing a game where they are constantly moving from planet to planet, why do you need all those details about one specific planet where you're going to stay just one session, or maybe not even the whole session, just a bit? That's so much information that's not really needed.
To be honest with you, that's what always turned me off about what I would call the really true hard sci-fi, is that it's boring. Because they're trying to impress you with the details that, I have this, I worked out how all the planets in this star system interact with each other, and I can calculate how long it would take you to travel from the 4th planet to the 7th planet. And what does that have to do with your story, man? If your story isn't interesting, I don't care how much time you put into doing something mathematically correct.
There's some games that are not really supposed to be art sci-fi. A while ago, I purchased Infinity, which is not the minis game, but the Modifius role-playing game. And it had so much detail about the planets, like vegetation and climate and all that. I think they just hired people to do that, and they pay them by the word, and they just kept on writing. there's no
Yeah.
way you're going to use all that. That's too much information for a game that's supposed to be an adventure game, not really art sci-fi. There's no art sci-fi in there, I think. It's not supposed to be, at least. The Minis game, I don't know.
Mhm.
I've never seen it, but I don't think it is. It's supposed to be an action game, action adventure, not really art sci-fi. So why are you going to bore people with all those details? I don't think so. I don't think it's necessary or even wanted. It just it has the exact opposite effect, I think.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, what people are wanting to do is play a fun game, hang out with their friends, whether it's in person or online, and just have a good time. I mean, they're just playing a game. You know, and even in science fiction, I think that the hard sci-fi stuff never was the stuff that sold well. It might get you a certain amount of respect, but it wasn't the stuff that sold well. Because you have to be somebody who's a real nerd about that stuff.
Mhm.
And, I want to know how you imagine this xenoplanet working and what's the gimmick associated with its particular behavior and blah, blah, blah. So they go off and they pay money to some scientist to come up with what may or may not be answers for how that would work. I mean, it's not like we've actually gone to any of these xenoplanets to know, right? So,
Guys, I'm getting on the sleepy side, just so to say.
oh my, I think
Well,
we've worn everyone out.
we've made
No, it's just 1 hour and a half, and actually it smells like a cat poo here, so I also need to pick
Oh
up.
no.
Anyway,
Oh no.
Charlotte,
well, I said it was going to be a shorter
it was a little bit shorter, not as short as you expected, but yeah, I'm starting to get sleepy.
1 hour and a half. Okay, so we'll leave it here. Anything else you want to add before we go?
Not from me. I'm just gonna
No.
wish everyone a good night.
Okay,
Good
let's
night, Happy New
pick up
Year.
the cat poo and Happy New Year. Yes. And
Bye bye.
bye.